Hello, this is Jed Lamplow, here to demonstrate the Classroom Clock Column, which is an application I created to help teachers and students manage their class time. The application is essentially web content, and so requires no installation. In fact, it can be run from a USB memory stick. No internet connection is needed. The Classroom Clock Column arrives as a compressed folder. Here's the folder uncompressed. Inside, we see these HTML files, each starting with numbers. You may recognize these numbers as popular screen resolutions. I'll check my screen resolution here, 800 by 600. Then I will load the corresponding HTML file. It opens in Google Chrome. I then enter full screen mode for this neat presentation. As you can see, the HTML environment hosts the Classroom Clock column with space left over for displaying your schedule alongside it. I will load an example schedule, which is included in the package. I'll choose a different color scheme. I'll choose a different alarm sound. And I'll choose to show the lock icons. More on that later. My schedule has 11 cells for its 11 tasks. My meeting with the class will last 40 minutes. On to the next page. This page asks me to distribute the 40 minutes over the 11 tasks. My first task will take 1 minute. The next will take 3. Let's see, 6 minutes is not enough time for cleanup. I'll change that to 7 and adjust these tasks. I've finished distributing the time, and so this button will allow me to continue to the next page. However, I'm not finished with this page. The whole idea of the Classroom Clock column is that there is a pool of time that tasks are drawing from. If, while in the moment, I find that a task is taking longer than I had anticipated, I can add more time to the task. I call that an adjustment. That time is drawn from the pool, meaning we now have less time for other tasks. All tasks with an unlocked timer are sharing time in that pool. All tasks with a locked timer are unaffected by adjustments. I'm going to lock the cleanup, my demonstration of the cleanup, and these other tasks because I need the full time for those. All the other tasks can draw from the same pool of time. Now I'll proceed to the next page. This is where I make it look pretty. That last page was ugly by necessity, but now I'll align the clock column cells with my schedule cells. On to the next page. My clock column is complete and ready to run. It's probably early morning, and I can go on to load another clock column for another class. When class time has arrived, I'll go to the appropriate tab in my web browser and start the timer. It makes a big deal about the fact that it's starting because once it's begun, those other pages and menus will no longer be available. There's no going back. Okay, now imagine the students are entering the room and seeing this displayed on the smartboard. They now know what to do and how long they have to do it. Flash forward in time. I'm finishing up my presentation only to realize that it did not take as long as I thought it would. I didn't need the full 3 minutes, so I'll just click forward on this progress bar to let the classroom clock column know that we have finished the task and are ready to move on to the next one. As you can see, once the time is added back into the pool, it gets distributed among the other unlocked tasks, proportionally. Flash forward. This task is taking longer than I had anticipated. I'm going to add another 30 seconds onto it. I could do that by clicking back within the progress bar, but I'm not sure where to click it. The easy way to add 30 seconds is to click on this white colon. Flash forward again. I'm a bit tired. I make the mistake of trying to add more time onto this task. The classroom clock column alerts me with a sound and an X that my request for action is invalid. Why is it invalid? Because all the tasks after this one are locked, so there's no more time left to draw on. Another reason why a request for action may be invalid is that fulfilling it would require some cells to be adjusted to below 10 seconds. That's the cutoff, 10 seconds. So if you follow this logic, you'll notice that the last cell in the column is a special case because once it has begun, it cannot be adjusted. The first cell in the column is a special case in that there is no task that comes before, and so it would be meaningless to unlock it. That's why the first cell has no lock icon. Flash forward one last time to watch the classroom clock column finish up. If historical data were hidden, it is now displayed. We get a banner that indicates the time and date. We get a record of how each task was originally scheduled, as compared with how much time was actually spent on it. Perhaps the next class is arriving. I'll go over to their schedule and start the timer. This tab will wait for me. I can review it later. Let's pretend it's later. I'll take a screenshot of this page, go over to an image editor, and paste it. I'll save this file in my records folder. Maybe I'm teaching this lesson again after lunch. I can make changes to how I have the time distributed based on the data I've collected here. We've come to the end of the demonstration. For more information about using the classroom clock column, please consult the documentation available from within the program itself. Goodbye, and thanks for watching.